Hello, Shauna McKenzie, founder of Best Kept Self, coming to you with your Monday morning pep talk a day late because I've been off enjoying my long 3-day weekend, and I hope you are doing the same. So I work with a lot of aspiring and new entrepreneurs, and I found that first kind of feeling of discouragement, or that feeling like they should be farther along, typically hits between 4 to 8 months in of their startup or their new business. And that's the feeling like they're not successful. And the first question that I pose to anyone that's kind of feeling this is, well, what is or is not happening that's making you feel this way? Typically that can be answered pretty succinctly and right away. The second question that I pose, which is simply a variation of that first question, is, well, what is that milestone of success? What does it look like? And when I ask them what success looks like, that question tends to leave people a little bit more stunned and a little bit more speechless. And as silly as that may seem, if I pose that question to you, at what point do you feel successful? I bet you'd have a hard time figuring out what that answer is. And a lot of times we're so caught up in the process and the doing, and we love the doing, that we don't really know what that end goal looks like, which continues to perpetuate this feeling of not feeling successful. Now, I pose it on this big level, but I like to bring it really concretely down to this very systematic, process-oriented level within a business, because that's where really we can get a lot of things accomplished. So, for example, everything that we do in our business, we need to know what the milestone of success looks like. And if we don't know what that looks like, then how do we know where we're going? So for example, marketing. Anything that we implement in terms of marketing, we need to know what success looks like for that process. So if I run Facebook ads, it's not enough to simply put in the strategy, do all the mock-ups, assess them, watch the analytics. You still have to know what that success milestone looks like. Now, a lot of people totally overlook the analytics side of it. They just get things set up and then they go without checking back and tweaking and assessing and really understanding how they're working. But the last part of it, even more people miss, and that is knowing what success looks like and at what point do you hit that. So I urge you to kind of do a business audit and really start going down the list and assigning what a success milestone looks like for the things that you're doing. Now, that's not to say that you have to be done at that point. You can still do more, but set a milestone for yourself so that once you reach that level, you can feel the success, celebrate the win, and then move on and set a bigger milestone for yourself of success. So ask it from a big picture question, from the bird's eye view. What does success look like? Then pull it and collapse it all the way down into your business. And I bet you'll also find there's a lot of things that you're doing that you don't need to be doing. Because if you can't set a success milestone, what's the point of doing it in the first place? So this is also a wonderful productivity hack. So you're killing two birds with one stone. And hopefully you might find a way to reshift some priorities and maybe take a few things off your plate that just simply really aren't going to matter, and they're not going to impact your success or not. This is also obviously important because if you don't determine what successes look like along the path of your entrepreneurial venture, then you're never going to feel successful, and you're always going to feel like you're chasing your own tail. So I'd love to hear your feedback on this as you embark on this over the next week. It does take some time. Sit down with it and actually make a list of everything you're doing in your business and match it with a success milestone. I'd love to hear your feedback on this, and until then, I will chat with you next week.